Microsoft have been pumping out amazing trailers and videos since June 2019 for their upcoming flight simulator, showcasing all the new features including updated weather, world, soundscapes and aerodynamics. We have been following along closely as the development continues. In this video we are taking a look at the aircraft that we know of and have been showcased thus far. And as we all know, with any flight simulator, the aircraft are the stars of the show. So if you'd like to keep up with all the Microsoft 2020 development and content, hit that subscribe button and smash out that notifications buttons to be notified when our next video is released. But stay watching for this one as we talk about aircraft. Microsoft have been working closely with some of the top aircraft manufacturers from around the world to bring you the best and the most diversified fleet of aircraft to any flight sim for launch. And here is the known manufacturers that they have been working with at the time of making this video. And from what we've been able to see, they have been giving close contact with the aircraft to make hopefully the best high detail default aircraft to any sim to date. So let's take a closer look at some of these aircraft. Starting off with the X-Cub from Cub Crafters. As we have seen in many trailers and teaser videos, the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to be a 1-to-1 scale remake of the entire planet. This means it's not just the medium to large airports. The backcountry flyers will be well looked after here. This really opens up the world to VFR backcountry flying. This is where the X-Cub comes into it. The X-Cub is a two-seater tail-dragger high-performance light aircraft. It was introduced in 2016 while in development in secret by Cub Crafters. The aircraft was designed to work on both axes of flight at a maximum speed of 150 miles per hour and a stall speed of just 39 miles per hour. The X-Cub will be able to get you in and out of the tightest backcountry runways. At a max gross weight, the X-Cub can take off at 170 feet or 52 meters. To me, that just sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? The range is 700 nautical miles and the ceiling is 14,000 feet. This aircraft performs as well as it looks. Now moving on to the Icon, which is another new aircraft. The Icon is a light sports amphibious aircraft. That's right, this light sports aircraft can land on the water. The Icon is a high wing airframe and is mostly made out of carbon fiber, which does include a retractable undercarriage, which is great if you want to take the Icon out island hopping in the Bahamas. There is no excuses for venturing off the beaten track when it's flying the Icon. The Icon sits 2 people, 1 crew and 1 passenger. With a 100 horsepower Rotax engine, maximum speed is 95 knots with a range of 427 nautical miles, which that's pretty impressive in itself. You don't have to worry about ceiling on this aircraft as it's made to fly low and slow across the water. I'm looking forward to practicing my water landings on an awesome light sports aircraft such as the Icon. Needing a little adrenaline rush, or you just want to show off your piloting skills, a little aerobatics may be what you are looking for. Meet the Middy C10. The Middy is a 2-seater trainer aerobatic aircraft. It was first built in 1970 and it's a low-wing cantilever monoplane of wooden construction. This aircraft is one of the most successful aerobatic aircraft in the world. More than 200 of these were built, mostly for aero clubs all around the world. A huge number of European champions started their aerobatics on a Cap 10. The Middy can take up to 2 crew with a maximum speed of 170 miles per hour and it has a stall speed of 62 miles per hour and has a range of 750 nautical miles. But if you want to do loops to loops, she can handle up to 6 positive G's and up to a minus 4.5 G's. I will definitely be showboating over an airport near you in a Middy Cap 10C sometime soon. Moving on to the Cessna 172, which is the most successful aircraft in history. Over 44,000 have been built, so it's a no-brainer that it is part of the fleet when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator for 2020. The 172 Skyhawk is a 4-seater single-engine high-wing aircraft. You can see these iconic aircraft in many airports around the world. The Cessna 172 was introduced in 1956 and over the years has had many competitions from other aircraft such as Piper, Cherokee, Diamond DA-40 and the SR R20, but after all these years it's still on top and on top of its game. The Cessna 172's cruise speed is 140 miles per hour with a stall speed of 54 miles per hour. It has a range of just under 700 nautical miles, flying a maximum of 13,500 feet. This is a very versatile aircraft ranging from a trainer in flight schools to military operations. I'm looking forward to sharpening my circuit works in a 172 when this comes out in the simulator. Now let's take a look at the Robin Apex DR400. Some people say the Robin is the Cessna of the European skies. It is very unique in its look of the aircraft, with a crack wing configuration with a dihedral angle on the outer wing. This aircraft is considered to be very easy to fly, and in my opinion with the dihedral wings it looks very, very cool. The Robin's first flight was in 1972 and 1,300 plus of these aircraft have been made. This aircraft is known to be used in flight clubs for basic aerobatics training. I guess you can say it's a bit of an all-rounder. The max speed is 173 miles per hour, so it's up there, and it has a stall speed of 59 miles per hour. It can fit up to a capacity of 4, which is 1 crew and 3 passengers. The Robin has a range of 910 nautical miles and a ceiling of 15,000 feet. You can easily see why it's called the Cessna of the European skies. Looks like a few cross-country European flights are a must in the Robin. Moving closer to today's tech, we introduced the Diamond DA62. It first flew in 2012. This aircraft is still a child in aeroplanes years. The Diamond DA62 is a 5 to 7 seater twin engine light aircraft. Depending which country, Europe has a 5 seater and the US has a 7 seater. This aircraft is versatile and is used all around the world in many roles. From personal aircraft to twin engine training, the DA62 is a very stable aircraft to fly and has ergonomics in the cockpit at front of mind. The DA62 will get you around at 220 miles per hour with a stall speed around 78 miles per hour. She can fly for a whopping 10 hours, that's 1,200 nautical miles and a ceiling of 20,000 feet. The Diamond is a all-rounder that can take some weight and fly long distances. This makes for a great addition to the flight simming fleet. Probably one of the most famous turbo aircraft in the modern era, the TBM 900 is an executive transport and civilian utility aircraft. It also has been used in the French military, in the army and also in the Air Force. This is a single engine turbo powered low wing monoplane and is capable of seating 7 people. It is composed of mostly lightweight materials such as aluminium and a Nomex honeycomb. A lot of the functions in the TBM cockpit is made to be uncomplicated as possible for the pilots, with things such as fuel selectors and ice protection systems are all automated. Simplicity and automation is the key when it comes to the TBM 900. The TBM's max speed is 380 miles per hour. What a little rocket! The range is 2,053 nautical miles and has a ceiling of 31,000 feet. Yes, this little rocket can get you over the clouds to 31,000 feet in only just 18 minutes. That's right, 18 minutes. So if you're late to that very important meeting about another meeting, the TBM should get you there in no time. So let's talk about some jets, particularly the Cessna Citation CJ4. Who's got a spare 10 million US? Well, a cool 10 million flash money will get you this little angel of the skies. The Citation is a 10-seater cantilever monoplane with a tricycle retractable landing gear with a pressurized cabin. I bet you can't say that 10 times really quickly. It is designed for travel for the rich and famous and business meetings in the skies for the corporate elite. For myself, the Sim is the closest I'll get to the CJ4. Max cruise is 135 kph over a max range of 4,000 kilometers with a ceiling of 45,000 feet. Turbulence? What turbulence at 45,000 feet? Nice and smooth. The CJ4 doesn't need a long runway to make it in the air. It can launch within 3,400 feet and it can also land as little as 2,940 feet, making this a versatile fast jet that can work in most regional to small airports around the world. Welcome to the workhorse of the Airbus family, the A320. Yep, that girl works for a living, shipping millions of passengers around the world each day. The Airbus A320 is a single-aisle passenger jet airline. 9,200 plus of the A320 family have been built so far, making this one of the most popular domestic international jet airliners of the modern age. Some of the big name airliners that use the A320 are EasyJet, American Airlines, China Southern Airlines, just to name a few. Introduced in 1988 with Air France, the A320 family has 4 variants from the 18, the 19, the 20 and the new Neo 321, which will set you back just a cool $120 million. The cockpit includes an all-glass cockpit and is equipped with things such as EFSs and a side stick controller, which all is connected by a fly-by-fly wire system. The maximum seating of an A320 is 186, with a cruise speed of 0.78 Mach or a maximum operating speed of 0.82 Mach. The A320 will get you across the country with a range of 3,000 nautical miles, and it will sit comfortably cruising at an altitude of 39,000 to 41,000 feet. This is easy to see why the A320 is one of the workhorses of the jet airliners and will be going strong for many years to come. Long live the Queen. The Boeing 747 would have to be the most iconic and most recognized aircraft in the world. This old girl invented the word jumbo jet. The Queen of the Skies has been serving us since 1969. She was the first wide-body aeroplane ever produced, and she boasts 2 stories of passenger comfort and has a hump to prove it. The 747 is still being produced today, but in very low numbers. Most airliners around the world are retiring their fleet of 747s, opting for a more younger, more fuel-efficient wide-body aircraft. The 747-800 will seat typically 495 to 605 passengers and will only need a crew of 2 in the cockpit. She can cruise at 0.855 Mach and has a whopping range of 7,730 nautical miles or 14,300 kilometers. With its 4 turbo engines, she takes off as little as 10,000 feet of runway. It will be a very sad day when we see the last flight of the last 747. So it's awesome to see she has made it to the sim, which will give the Queen many more virtual flying hours to come. So it looks like there's going to be an aircraft to suit any or most types of aviation requirements. We'll be keeping a close eye on the development of Microsoft Flight Simulator, so if you want to stay in touch and stay up to date, hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when our next Flight Sim video is out. And please hit the blue thumbs up button if you liked the video. And let me know in the comments, what aircraft will you like to see in the upcoming Microsoft Flight Simulator? I will leave one of my other favourite videos up here. Why don't you check that out as well, and I will see you over on that one.